Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Moletrap here, and I am coming at you with another StarCraft 2 commentary, obviously, and this is going to be an exciting matchup, and let me tell you about who these players are, first of all. First of all, this is the player who I did a cast of their game just previously, SeoYeonJi, or Saw. Apparently people told me that I was pronouncing, as I claimed I probably was at the beginning of the game, pronouncing the Korean wrong. Apparently it's Saw or SeoYeonJi or something along those lines. Again, sorry, horrible pronunciation of Korean, but yeah, what can I do? Anyway, got to know a little bit more about this player here. This is apparently, well, first of all, I had looked up and I'd put in the description, or I'd said something about how SeoYeonJi is the name of an actress. Apparently it's not just an actress, it's the name of an actress who is also a booth girl. So that's where the name comes from, and I'm surprised I didn't recognize her. I did an image search when I did the Google search to try and find out more about her, and well, I mean, Google pops up the images and I didn't recognize her. But anyway, what was I saying? Yes, so booth girl. And so apparently, though, it is just a Smurf. GTR on Team Liquid is saying that it's MioWeRRa's Smurf ID. Apparently, MioWeRRa was a top amateur Terran in Brood War, and so he has apparently switched to Starcraft 2. So I will probably again be mispronouncing it when I call this player Mio. Okay. Now that being said, this other player, this purple Terran down here, good to see some other colors besides red and blue. I don't know if it's maybe, I don't know what it is. For some reason it seems like most of the replays I get are red versus blue. Anyway, this player down here is Slayer's Boxer, purportedly. I got this replay from Gosu Gamers, and this is apparently a Boxer replay. Different name than I'm used to. His BNet account that was known before, at least, was Man of One Way. And but apparently this is Boxer as well, and if Gosu Gamer says it, I believe it. So we have a high-ranked Korean who was a top amateur Terran in Brood War, which explains why he's been able to do so well against players like Hope Torture, who, if you didn't watch my last game, I'm going to spoil it, although, yeah. Anyway, he beat Hope Torture. So Hope Torture, second place in the GSL, and this player right here, Mio, has been able to beat Hope Torture. So here he is now placed up against Boxer. And I'm very, very anxious to see what goes down here. Now, let's see here. So we got a factory going down very quickly for Mio, and I'm liking this. In the game versus Hope Torture, both of them got expansions really quick, and then they both got a ton of Marines. And I was like, come on, get more of the Marines, Jesus. Boxer looks to be going for a similar play that he did actually in the TVT game that I showed of him before. He did a quick expansion against, who was that? Was that my game against Jinro, I think? I think that's what it was. I don't remember if it was Jinro or... Yeah, anyway. He got owned with that, but it looks like it's going to end up being a little bit safer play at the moment. Well, maybe not, actually. He's going over for a very quick Star Fort here, actually. Getting a Hellion out as well. Let's see if he drops down a Tech Lab. Yes, it was almost as if it reacted because I clicked the little Tech Lab button and it created it. That was kind of cool. That is how predictive I am. Look at that. Anyway, getting that reactor down on the barracks instead. And let's see. I wonder what is he going to switch this over to the reactor or to the Tech Lab? Looks like he is going to put the starport on the reactor and then float the CC over there. So it looks like a couple Marauders are out and some Marines responding to this little Hellion harass. Just getting that one Hellion out, it's very effective to keep the opponent in their base. They can't really move out too much. Well, I guess they could actually. You just have to put a Marauder on the ramp and he'd be fine. But anyway, Hellion is a little bit of a threat even by itself, especially when there's just Marines. Marauders, not so much. Marauders can take out Hellions pretty well. Wow, is it called Punisher Grenades? I didn't know they were called Punisher Grenades. Wow. Hardcore. Let's see what he's making with that starport now. Okay, wait. What the heck happened? Did he... Maybe... Okay. He switched the starport over to the reactor. I know he did. I'm not just tripping. Now he switched it back over to the Tech Lab. Maybe he got confused or something. or it's possible that he reacted to the fact that there were these Marauders here and a few Marines. Maybe he thought, okay, there's several Marines. I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to need with the Marauders as well. You know, getting out a couple Vikings wouldn't really do much good. Perhaps he was fearing enemy Vikings or something like that, or fearing enemy Banshees. You know what? That's probably what it was. He was thinking that the enemy might get Banshees. He wanted to make sure he could get out a couple Vikings, or maybe a couple Medivacs. Who knows? But once he saw those Marauders, he knew that there weren't Banshees coming out, and he decided to get his own Banshee instead. He's having to micro it away here. The stim is already upgraded, so he's able to chase down that Banshee a little bit, but he's got to be careful. The Banshee's low on health, but so are the Marines. The Marines could... Oh, no, the 2 dead Marines going out first. Oh, he swaps them back, but these other Marines are not too high on health either. They cannot take too much damage, and here comes the Cloak is upgraded. He moves in and gets the Cloak, and the Hellion comes in to try and do some extra damage as well, although only gets a single hit off on that Marauder, and now he's going straight for the SCVs. There's a turret has been built over here. He's running his units over by that turret. Oh, the turret finishes off the Banshee. And he puts a little tear coming over there. Anyway, another Banshee coming in, though. Several Marines have been produced and a Viking, so this Banshee is not going to be able to do too much good. Single turret in both supply lines that he can run to. Let's see, what was that? I think that Marauder got polished off or something. Perhaps it was a Marine. Cloak goes off, Comsat goes off, and he's going to be able to attack it. Is he going to be able to finish it off? Oh, come on, Viking, what are you doing? Oh! He Comsated behind it instead of in front of it, so it actually got out of the Comsat range and was able to escape. The second Comsat polishes it off, though. I don't think he's going to continue making Banshees. In fact, yes, the starport has been moved off the tech lab, so another factory can be made. So I love this. This is really, really nice play by Mio, switching his tech back and forth, and using switching back and forth these different add-ons to get different units out as well. Now he's going to produce a reactor on that starport. I'm not sure if he's going to go for Vikings, or he may just go for some Medivacs, is what I'm thinking he's going to do. Get some dropships, maybe try and do a drop. Hard to say though, because on the one hand, Medivacs are good to have above your Marines, but if the enemy has Vikings and their own Marines, it can be easy to pick them off. And on the other hand, did I say on the other hand first? Anyway, yes. So that's something against it. On the other hand, sometimes TVTs do turn into battles where you try and get more Vikings in the air. Back and forth, and it's a battle to get more Vikings, since Vikings, well, obviously are very mobile and can do things like run over here, and well, they'd actually be more effective coming back here and dropping down, killing some SCVs, that kind of thing. They can be very effective for that sort of play, and he does in fact have a Viking at each Xel'Naga tower. Dropship is out for Boxer now. He's going to try and run it around the back. He's mounting most of his forces to the front there. A few units just running around getting map control. And oh my gosh, look at this. Boxer is going to do a drop in 2 locations at once. There's a depot over here to spot this coming in. Is he going to move around it? Let's see what he sees. First of all, no signs just yet. We'll keep it on the minimap. He sees this over here. There's turrets going up, so this dropship is going to fly away the other way. But he's going to just drop his units out and kill this depot, actually. So Mio's going to try and move his forces over here to take care of this little drop. He's probably just going to run away once he's picked off that depot. I think he knew that he was going to get spotted moving in, and just decided not to lose his dropship, basically. So he's run both dropships back over there. Anyways, it looks as if Mio has gotten a single Viking. He's getting more Vikings out. Again, they're just good things to have around so that you can't do drops on, well, I guess the Marines keep drops from happening, but on top of your units. But they are handy to chase after dropships. If there's a Banshee running around, they're handy to chase after Banshees, that kind of thing. And in a pinch, they can drop down and really reinforce your units as well. Now here's an interesting thing. We've got a couple tanks, a lot of Marines, and some Marauders versus all Marines, no Marauders, and a lot of tanks. Just a couple Marauders here. At this point, Mio has a major advantage because he's got so many tanks. Even though there are several Marauders in this mix here, Boxer would not be able to get those Marauders in close enough, I don't think. There's only 6 or 7 Marauders there, and there's just a ton of tanks if Mio decides to move out. And he is going to move not out exactly, but is going to move over here and break down the rocks for this high yield expansion. Boxer doing the exact same thing. So both players getting that third base very, very quickly. It looks like actually Boxer's getting his a little bit later. He's got a few dropships overhead, and here we go. Oh, if Mio sieges up, oh, Boxer spots it with a comsat, spots all those siege tanks, and pulls back. He also sees them unsieged, though, so he's going to run in while he's unsieged with those Marauders and try and roast them, and nicely done. He's going to fall back now, only taking a single siege hit from these front tanks. Good, 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 I would even say, instead of the good 3 times, I probably should have just said excellent response there by Boxer, getting in those hits while he could. He saw with the end of his comsat that the tanks had unsieged, and he ran in to get some kills while he had the chance. He knew that while they were sieged up, he did not have a chance, and so he tried to move in, because with those Marauders and Marines, especially with the Marauders, he can do a lot of damage to those tanks. Not a lot of Marines around. Where did all those Marines go? I thought he had more Marines. I could have sworn Mio had more Marines. Maybe not. Mio now building up a decent amount of just a little random Viking battle going on here. Mio building up now a decent force of Marauders as well, and I feel that this is going to be bad for Boxer. He just has only a couple tanks. Oh, watch out, Boxer! You don't have any Vikings anymore, and that is the other reason why you want your Vikings in the air, is because if you have the Viking advantage, then you can stop the enemy Vikings from going in and picking off your dropships like that. And uh-oh, picking off a small force over here with a larger force. Nicely done by Mio. He's leaving his tanks a little bit, well, not that vulnerable, because there is a lot of tanks there. But if he had a force of a dozen Marauders, and if he'd been really Johnny on the spot, Boxer probably could have run in there and taken out a few tanks. Did not quite have the forces, though, because he has to kind of spot 2 different locations at once. Boxer has got one command center lifted up here. He's building another one, almost in anticipation of needing to get 2 bases at once here, because he's behind on Econ right now. And Boxer's somehow managing to get in here and slaughter all those forces. Wow, those Marauders just going to absolute work on the tanks. His own siege tanks doing a lot of damage from behind as well. Wow, that was beautifully, beautifully played. You know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was beautifully played as much as just that those Marauders just were able to do tons of damage to those siege tanks. But I just was not. I blinked for a moment. I missed how all of those siege tanks got taken out. There was just half of them. I don't think I'm going to bother rewinding at this point, though, since this match is still young. Boxer now, however, can come up here and take control of his high-yield minerals. If he had lost that battle, he would have lost the game, because then Mio would have had this high yield going, and he's had it going anyway.